Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another smashing movie review. I'm your host, llikybirdy, and today we're going to talk about the fantastic tales of Doctor Strange. Did not like WandaVision because, first of all, the show itself didn't do a well enough job of making me really care about anybody on screen. I don't like Wanda's character now. I didn't really like her character in the other Marvel movies either, but I think she just got progressively worse. I feel like the whole plot line of WandaVision is to streamline into a focus for this movie, which I'm fine with. I think it can be done really well. I think in this case it was just entirely too rushed. In the show, plot points just get thrown around and they never get picked back up. They never get talked about again. Everybody wants Wanda to be this hero, but I think if it just completely flourished her being this more villain concept, I think I would have liked it a lot more. But they tried to cover this up with, after she has enslaved an entire towns of people, killed multiple now. You can't have her be the villain in her own show, right? You can never be the villain in Doctor Strange, which is fine, but in WandaVision, she can't be the main villain. No. So you have to have this stupid fight with Agatha, and I like Kathryn Hahn as an actress. She's really good. Looking forward to her being in Knives Out too. But her character in this show serves one purpose of, well, I have to be the bad guy. You can't be the bad guy. Not yet. It's gotta be me. And that's just whack. I don't like it. It's very boring, which is lame because she just turns out to be the villain in this story anyways. Oh yeah, spoiler warning. I'm gonna talk about spoilers in this one. I'm probably gonna wait to do reviews from now on. I'm not gonna come out with them the same weekend that movies come out, just so that I can talk about spoilers and maybe reach a larger audience. That way I can be able to talk more in depth about my videos and my actual feelings for things. Now, I don't hate Multiverse of Madness. I really don't. I do have a few issues with this movie. Nothing that really, I guess, took me out of it. Thing that I will bring up because I just want this to change for future Marvel movies. I hate movies being called for a standalone character like Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, when this movie is like 1/3 Doctor Strange, 1/3 Wanda, and then 1/3 America Chavez. I would have preferred the movie just to be called Marvel's Multiverse of Madness. Bada bing, bada boom. It's like an event. It's not a big issue. I just wish it would look a lot cleaner. This movie does do a lot for Strange's character, progression wise, emotionally. I think he's written fairly alright. I think a lot of the characters are written well in this movie. This movie did a lot to help me see Wanda as a better character than what WandaVision did. The writing of the movie itself is kind of lackluster because Sam Raimi didn't write this movie, and I think it probably would have fit a lot better with his style that is this movie. I think it would have been a lot better. The title, something insignificant, but what my real issues stem from is more of the inconsistent writing. I think, like I said, if Sam Raimi would have just written this movie, it would have helped fit his tone. Story concepts, like I said, Wanda's character, it helps. This movie helped me see her in a different light, but I still, WandaVision really left a bad taste in my mouth, and I haven't really gotten over it yet. And we only really see her going from this depressed widow to an all-powerful demigod in the span of like one show and one movie. That's the only thing she cares about is her goddamn kids. She's a mom. They've mentioned Vision a few times in the movie. I won't knock at it that hard. She does bring up Vision. It just didn't do it for me. Just did not do it for. But those are the only real problems I have with the movie, because I actually like the movie if I just don't look at things as a bigger picture and I just watch this movie, which I think is what I'm gonna have to do for Marvel movies going forward. I don't care about the big picture anymore. I'm living in the now. I'm trashing it pretty hard, and I don't apologize. The thing that kept me in this movie from the beginning to the end was Sam Raimi. Sam Raimi feels so good to watch in this movie. When I was watching this movie, I've seen it twice now. When I saw this movie, even more the second time, I was like, yeah, this is a goddamn Raimi film. And it feels so good. It feels so good. It's just straight up Sam Raimi with iffier writing. And the editing is so good. The transitions are so nice. The movie actually has color to it. It's not just these gray, schlocky shots anymore. The scares and the horror aspects are just phenomenal. I think when the movie comes out on VOD or DVD, we'll actually get some more HD stills, because there are a bunch of scenes where Wanda looks fucking horrific, but you can't dwell on those too much because it's still a Marvel movie. The camera work is great. The Raimi zooms are back. The transitions, like I said, are just so nice. People keep clowning this one clip, and this shit is fucking fire, bro. I don't care. This shit is nice. Adding some new, like, shit that Marvel's never seen, I think it actually helps open a book or open some doors to maybe letting some directors have their free will of the movie. Hopefully with the success that this is, people see that maybe directors do know how to film movies. Hopefully directors will try to fight for more free will, because I think that shit would be gangster if we get actual creativity back in comic books. I think that's something that has always boggled my mind growing up and seeing movies, is that they all kind of just feel the same, and people are like, oh, well, it's a comic book movie, it does feel like a comic book. And it's like, they have comic book characters, but like, you can still make a movie feel like anything. Like, all directors have their own directing style, and this movie feels like a Raimi film. And I've skipped out on a lot of recent Marvel media, I won't lie. Haven't even finished Loki. Didn't start Moon Knight. Didn't start Black Widow. Didn't start Eternals. I stopped caring after Endgame. I stopped really caring after these Disney shows started coming out. It's just too much. I can sit down and I can watch a 2-hour Marvel movie, be done with it, but I'm not watching 6 episodes, 50 minutes apiece. That's a lot of Marvel, and that's a lot of shit that I don't like. I think Multiverse of Madness is fun. I think it's really good structurally wise. The production on it is really good. Like I said, all the cinematics, the editing, the transitions, the actual color that are in these movies. It's very vibrant, very good, and I think it's a really good follow-up to the last Doctor Strange movie, which everybody talked about the visuals and the colors in that movie, which is what was a real big pulling point. And I think Sam Raimi has done this character justice, most definitely. It's exciting Marvel. I think the source material itself is kind of weak, which is why people want to jump to saying this is a bad movie. It's not a bad movie. It's actually a very well put together movie with just some, iffy plot points. Production on it, like I said, is amazing. Raimi's the GOAT. I wouldn't go into this movie expecting a lot. It's actually pretty grounded, which is not what I was expecting coming from a big multiverse movie that this was kind of played out to be. The movie is really condensed, and I actually enjoyed that a lot more than a huge grand scale like No Way Home, Endgame, and shit like that. I'm kind of tired. I'm kind of over those. I want good character depictions, stories now. Marvel, please. I'll go ahead and give it a 6.5 out of 10. It's a good score. I know it sounds low, but I definitely see myself rewatching this movie because I like Sam Raimi. It's good, man. It's good. It's just good Marvel. If you guys want to see another good multiverse movie, I definitely recommend Everything Everywhere All at Once. And while you're at it, go ahead and watch The Northman. That movie is really good. And it just went straight to VOD after a month. Go to the theater and watch movies. Don't just go for Marvel. I'd appreciate it. But, yeah. 6.5 out of 10. That's all I got.